What's up, everybody? If you are not familiar with myself, my name is Jamie Lundaby. I'm the owner of Unleashed Omaha Dog Training and Pet Services. Coming to you to make a video today on how to muzzle condition your dog. Equipment conditioning is very important. It's one of those things where it's just like socialization. In anything you do in dog training, you want your dog to be comfortable in what they're doing. You want to show them that what you're trying to show them, the game you're trying to play with them, is fun, exciting, rewarding, motivating. And so, like anything in dog training, we start off simple as you can be. Now, if you have a dog who's already been in a muzzle and they hate the muzzle, and even the sight of the muzzle scares them off, well, there you go. You got yourself a challenge. You've already put a idea and thought into the dog's mind and what the muzzle is. Hopefully, I get that out of Dakota, because I put him in a muzzle a handful of times, and he looked at me like I was the biggest you-know-what in the world. And so, hopefully we'll kind of see a little bit of that today, because I do want to show you guys this. Unfiltered. My dogs, like I said, my dogs are not perfect by any means. They're pretty good. Pretty darn good pet dogs. They go hunting with me, they retrieve birds, they help me with dogs who have aggression issues, fear issues, things like that. I even like helping people that have issues with dogs, because these dogs just sit still and all they want to do is get love. So that's a really great way to be able to help people as well that have issues with other dogs. But they are just phenomenal companions, snuggle buddies, keep me warm in the winter, and they're just a really great team to have with Unleashed Omaha. So, getting a little long-winded with that, but muzzle training. So, dogs who have aggression issues, whether it is fear or whether it is anxiety or true aggression, or they're just terrible greeters. You know, sometimes they've developed these habits where they're on leash and they're absolutely fine when they're off leash with other dogs, but when they're on leash, as I've said before in some of my other videos, restraint builds drive. So if you have a leash on your dog and you're holding them back, and another dog comes in, and that dog's uncomfortable, a lot of the times dogs will have reactivity issues because they're being held back, and then that dog gets within that striking range, and that dog goes bam, and it's just crap, you know. Like, so we want to make the situation that we're dealing with, whether we're dealing with true aggression, human aggression, dog aggression, animal aggression, inter-pack aggression, whatever the instance is, we want to make it as safe as possible. Now, I don't work with muzzles a lot, but for certain cases, I need to feel safe, and the dogs need to feel safe. And you know what? It's a nice safety precaution, because you don't allow the dog to reverse bad behaviors by getting in a bite. Now the dog is even more stressed, has rehearsed one more repetition of crappy behavior. The dog that I'm working with, as far as a demo dog, no longer wants to work with that dog because he's either bit him or I actually experienced this last summer. I worked with a dog who had some aggression issues, and I got my dog bit in the face. Felt like crap for quite a while after that. Dakota got like 26 stitches in his face because I was too trusting of a dog too quickly. So if there's any doubt in your mind whatsoever that the dog is still in a state to where they are not 100% comfortable, muzzle, I can't say it enough, muzzle. There's no harm in that. Always err on the side of safety. Okay, so this is a Jeffco muzzle. It's clear, it's plastic. They're really great for dog and human aggression. The only thing I don't like about the Jeffco muzzles is there's no ability to reward the dog. But Jeffco does make a training muzzle where they have cut a hole in the front of the muzzle that you can feed food through. There's also Learberg.com, phenomenal website, sells basket muzzles. They have like 22 different muzzle types based on your breed, how long your muzzle is, how big the muzzle is, how big the head is, how big the dog is, and they have 22 different models of muzzle based on your breed of dog, and they can get that nice fit. Muzzles are not meant to be a loose tool. The last thing you want is a dog that slips a muzzle and ends up getting in a strike or getting in a dog fight because you're not using your equipment properly. Basket muzzles are fantastic. They're usually pretty tight as far as the amount of space in between the metal on the basket. They have a nice comfort nose piece and the dogs can wear them. They can pant, they can drink water. So if you've got the money, just spend the 40 to 60 bucks on getting a nice basket muzzle, and it's a one-time. And if you really want to, there's plenty of forums out there that buy used dog equipment. So if your dog gets better and your dog is awesome and your dog has no issues with other dogs, resell it. Help someone else out with issues, okay? So in the beginning, I just want to make a positive association with this. I don't necessarily even put the muzzle on the dog until I have the dog eating out of it, okay? And once I have that, then I'll start, you know what, I'm just going to go right into it. I'm just not going to explain, I'm just going to go into it. Coda, come here, buddy. So Coda's not a big fan of muzzles, okay? But he hasn't had a lot of experience with conditioning, and that's my own fault as an owner. So all I simply do is, hey, you ready, buddy? Ready? Yes. Good. I mark him a couple times to get the work started. I tell him yes. I give him a couple pieces of food. Good boy. Yes. I get him in that working mindset. Come over here where I'm going to pay you. Yes. Good job, buddy. And I'm simply just using his food for the day. I've actually done a lot of videos today, so he's getting a pretty fat portion of food today. So I hold the muzzle up. Yes. So even that slight look at the muzzle, yes. I'm going to reward him even looking at the muzzle. Yes. Okay. So switch hands. I have my food here. Okay. And I'll do the same thing over here. Okay. I move the muzzle. Yes. He moves toward it. I mark it and reward it. Yes. I'm showing. He's trying to figure out right now what the hell he's getting paid for, and I'm building the fact that he's getting paid for the muzzle. So once I have a dog who's, yes, going over towards the muzzle, not afraid of it. You know, if your dog has a bad association with the muzzle already, you might have to do this step in the muzzle training. Once the dog, yes, has no fear of the muzzle, they're walking toward it, there's no big deal, then I will start to put the food in the muzzle. Okay? So my dog looks at the muzzle, yes. I drop food into the muzzle and allow him to eat out of it. Okay? He eats the food out of the muzzle, good boy. Yes. I drop the food down into the muzzle and he eats out of it. Good job. Now Coda's got a high food drive. If your dog is low food drive, you might have to do a lot of conditioning where you're just paying the dog for being around the muzzle. But once the dog starts to understand the game, for an aggressive dog situation, I'm going to feed their entire meal for the day out of this thing. Okay? Yes. He moves toward the muzzle. I give him the marker word. I put food in the muzzle, and I allow him to eat his food out of the muzzle. Good boy. Good boy. And I might just do some of this, where he moves toward the muzzle, Yes. Good. So once I have a dog who's moving toward the muzzle, and I move the muzzle over, he goes toward it, and he has no bad associations with it, and he's eating out of it, and I have a couple pieces of food, he's eating out of it, what I can do is I can kind of, somebody, you know, it's not really bribery or anything, but if I want to get that dog in a position where I can reward him for putting his nose in the muzzle, I put a couple pieces of food in there, he goes, yes, and I mark it as he's putting his muzzle in, okay? I load it up, put it down, yes. So I'm marking it the moment that he puts his muzzle in there, and then he's getting the food. Once I have that down, I go like this, yes. He puts his muzzle in, then I put the food in there afterwards, okay? So it is a building process. For some dogs that hate muzzles, I'm going to have to do a lot more conditioning. Coda just loves marker training, he loves figuring out puzzles, and he loves figuring stuff out, so I have a really fun dog to work with. Okay. So I go like this, he puts his muzzle in, yes. I mark, the moment he puts his muzzle in the muzzle, he puts this part and this part, I mark it, right? Yes. I put more food in there. So there's no food in there when he's putting it in there. Okay? Nope. So he got a freebie, had some food fall on the ground. Now he's starting to realize, hey, this muzzle's pretty sweet. Yes. Even if he just does it for a second, I don't care. I don't need a lot of time in the muzzle right now. I just need him to put his muzzle, put it in there for a second so I can mark it and give him food. Yes. Okay. Yes. And I'll start kind of moving it around, right? So, does he really know what the hell I'm asking him for? Well, let's find out. We change hands. Nope. Coda's really food driven. We change hands. I have my muzzle, which he's been getting rewarded out of. I hold it over here. And I wait him out. Figure out the puzzle. Yes. He figures out the puzzle. I say yes. I give him food out of the muzzle. And he gets rewarded. Okay? Figure out the puzzle, buddy. Yes. He gets in there. I put more food in there and I reward him for putting his muzzle in. You'll notice I'm not clipping up this muzzle yet. I don't care. I want to make this muzzle awesome. I want to make this something that my dog loves to do. Yes. Half a dozen pieces of kibble go right in the muzzle. Hold it up. Yes. He punches his nose in there. I mark it yes. And he gets food out of it. Good boy. And I'm telling him the entire time, I'm telling him he's good, doing a good job. And then once he gets proficient, now I'm going to start moving it. So maybe he puts his muzzle in there and then I move it a little bit. Hey, even if I move it off your muzzle, you need to follow it in order to get the access for food, okay? Hold up. Yes. So I'll move it a little bit. If he pulls right back out, good. And then I slowly bring it up in duration, okay? He's doing good. I tell him good. Nope. Puts his muzzle in. Nope. So he wants to pull right back out. Nope. Good. Good. So I need more work in just putting it in there. Good. 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 Yes. Once he sticks it in there for 3 seconds, now I've got 3 seconds in the muzzle. Good. Oh, come on. Nope. I want him to do this. Good. Nope. So I'm kind of rushing the steps here, which you kind of get the idea. I put the muzzle down. He puts his muzzle in. Yes. I mark it. I'll do this for 3 days. This dog will be punching his muzzle into that. You can already see he's trying to figure out the puzzle and punch his muzzle into the muzzle. And once I have it on command, then I say, muzzle. Hey, muzzle. Yes. I name it. Muzzle. Put your muzzle in the muzzle. Put it in there. And then once he figures that out, then I work on duration. Once I have it for 2-3 seconds, I have him on the muzzle. Good boy. I come back behind the ears. I don't lace it up yet. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. And the muzzle comes off. And he feeds. Good job. And I don't have to reward him directly in the muzzle anymore, because he knows that's the source of the food. That's how he gets the food, yes. But in the beginning, I feed everything out of the muzzle because I want to make that thing super positive. Then I start pulling the straps back behind his head, holding it for 2, 3, 10 seconds, building it in duration, eventually strapping up the straps. And then once I have a dog who's doing that, then I want to have something, so like this one, I'd cut a hole in the front. Once he's like putting it in there, no problem, like this is awesome, I love this. Then I cut a little hole in the front and I go out and I do a play session with him. 5 minutes. I put the muzzle on, we go outside, we play, and I reward him multiple times with his muzzle on. Before you know it, he's like, oh, the muzzle is freaking great. Every time you pull this thing out, we go out and we do a play session for 10 minutes and you just feed me. I love this thing. Beautiful. Muzzle Conditioning 101. Make your dog love the muzzle, build it in duration, put the muzzle on, go to a play session where you're feeding them through the muzzle, and then you have this dog who loves this thing, doesn't mind putting it on. It's not a big nuisance. It's not a big problem. So when you start getting around dogs, it's just a safety device. It's just something that the dog has learned to love, that the dog has learned to just be around. You don't want the muzzle only going on when you're around other dogs. Go out and play with him with the dog. You know, like it's amazing how these guys, he's never, he honestly he doesn't like muzzle. Quiet. He goes over there wanting food. Do the same thing with her. Whatever. Make it fun. Bring it into play. Before you know it, your dogs will pretty much love any equipment that you use during your play session. So, if you guys have any questions, you may email me at Jamie, Jaime, at unleashedomaha.com, or you can probably message me on the Unleashed Omaha app on Facebook, or you can dial me direct at 402-965-1114, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. So, sorry about the mess. It's a working environment, but I love you guys. Love dog training. Love this stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're having problems with an aggressive dog or a fearful dog who's not good around other people or other dogs, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to help you through the steps of getting your dog back to a nice balanced state. Have a wonderful night and a great weekend. Thanks so much, guys.